Right, how's it going everyone? Chris here with another question time video. First of all, I'm sorry about not answering the questions over on FormSpring. Every one of these videos I always ask people to ask questions for the next episode, and then I end up not answering them for about 2 weeks. FormSpring's still a pretty new social network to me, so I keep forgetting to actually check it. It's not one that I can kind of check on every morning when I like log into the computer. But I've just been through all the outstanding questions and answered them all in text format. So if you did ask a question, head over there and check out my responses. And I've also got a few that I'm going to talk about today. So let me find them. Right. So first question. Hi Chris. Have you ever had a client that didn't like the designs you submitted or could not grasp why you used a certain design element despite your efforts to explain them to them your reasons? And if so, how do you deal with such a situation? Yes, I have indeed. I think every designer has probably come across those situations when working with clients. I think there's basically two approaches you can take. That's after you've done your whole explaining why you've done a certain thing and trying to persuade the client and do your whole sales pitch and why you've used a certain design, why you've done things a certain way. So the two things you can do is one, hopefully in your contract you've got a little line that says that the client can close the project at any time if they don't like the designs, and you'll calculate the time spent so far just to settle the balance. That's the easiest way out if you're not too bothered about finishing off the project. I think I've done that on just maybe one or two, and the client was perfectly happy. Obviously, it was just a agree to disagree sort of thing. They didn't really like the concepts, and it cost them more for me to start again. So they just closed the project as it was and took whatever I designed so far. It's obviously up to them whether they use it or not. Otherwise, the second choice you've got is if you're not too depending if you're short on work, you might want to go down this route, but it's kind of just to succumb to their wants and needs and just be treated like a puppet. And sometimes that's what the client just wants to do. If they've got a specific thing in mind that they want, it's down to you whether you want to just agree to whatever they want and create it, even if it's against your own design beliefs. At the end of the day, once the project's completed, the client's usually over the moon with it because it's exactly what they wanted. You get paid, and you don't necessarily have to put it in your portfolio. So it's not always nice to go down either one of those routes, but there's two options. Right. So next question. Could you say something clever about work positions? I tend to get back pain and lean in on my 27-inch screen, even though it should be big enough, and I don't need glasses. I'm especially interested in work positions when using a Wacom. Thanks for the blog. Well, this question made me laugh when I read it because I found myself in that exact position when reading the question, leaning towards on the big screen. I think generally with back pain and things like that have you considered any exercises? Now I know there's a few core exercises you can do, like what's it called, the swan and back extensions, where you kind of train your back and hopefully make it stronger in the long run. I haven't got any advice on the Wacom thing, because usually Wacoms tend to help people who get RSI when using the mouse, so using the pen's usually a bit more ergonomic, or whatever the word is. But generally, just maybe try a few exercises, and as designers, we never treat our bodies the way we should. We never take the breaks that we should every whatever is it. I don't know what the standard is, but every hour or so we should get up and have a walk around and rest our bodies and rest our eyes, but we never do. I think whenever I take a break, I come off the design that I'm working on and then go straight onto YouTube, so it's basically not doing anything different. I'm still sat in the same position, I'm still blazing away in my eyes, but yeah, I mean, it reminds me of I can't remember how long it was, maybe a couple of years, but I used to get bad aches in my shoulders and my traps, but since going to the gym and doing some shrugs and things like that, I've never had any problems with it since. So maybe just training the muscles a bit, see if you can get some them used to being held in a certain position, kind of make them a bit stronger. Maybe that will help, because I mean, I'm no physiotherapist, but I think usually with these sort of things you tend to get the pains because your muscles working to hold up that particular structure of your body. So if you get neck pain, it's because your muscles are obviously holding up your neck. You'll keep stretching them, so it relieves the tension in your muscles for a short term, but then the muscles getting weaker over the long term because they've been stretched and they keep getting worn out, and over time you just I think that's where the aches come from, is because you kind of trying to hold up your joints with worn out muscles or whatever. So I don't know, try exercising them a little bit, some core exercises or something like that. Maybe that'll help, or just keep taking regular breaks. So third and final question this week: when you were doing more client work, did you call yourself a freelance designer? I've heard many different opinions about labelling yourself as a freelancer. Just curious, smiley face. Yes, I did. When I first graduated from uni, I think I did label myself as a freelance designer. I think which most people do. I think I learned from running my website is I tended to get a lot of average clients from like find me from search engines, just typing in freelance designer, and those types of jobs never seemed to be really worthwhile, because they'd always, they'd be looking for someone as to treat as a puppet rather than finding and researching for a designer that fits their requirements. So I think I cut down, stopped calling myself a freelance designer because of the kind of picture people in the general public have of what a freelancer is. I think they just tend to think it's a designer who you can get to be an extension of themselves and just kind of use them as a puppet to create a certain design that they want, rather than hire the designer to solve a problem and to use design to help their business grow and all that stuff. So I think I started calling myself more of a self-employed designer, which cuts down on the people finding you via freelancer searches, but also still identifies that you do design work and you're self-employed. You're not hired by a bigger company. So yeah, that's the general thing. I do understand the basics of freelancer and the term of it, and what people kind of think when they know that you're a freelancer and that you offer freelance design services. So it's just what people associate with it, and you can try it yourself, see if you can. On one hand, you get more client work because that's what people search for, but on the other hand, it might be the wrong type of client work that you end up getting. So hope that helps out. Right, so design links for this week. I've been a bit slack and I've not actually prepared any, so I'll just use this opportunity to pimp out a couple of my own things. One of the latest posts I've done on both Spoon Graphics and Line 25 is a guide on how to build a grid-based website based on some fictional eyewear company. Started it in Photoshop, designing the whole thing on a grid on Spoon Graphics, and went over to Line 25 and did the whole coding tutorial thing in HTML5 and CSS3. I'd always appreciate any thumbs up if you enjoyed those posts, because even though people find them useful, they never seem to be as popular as just hashing together a quick roundup or a list post. So if you did enjoy it, it'd be really appreciated if you could share it on Twitter or retweet it or drop a thumbs up or a dig or whatever, any sort of vote. It always helps bring in extra traffic, and it just makes the posts more worthwhile, because obviously they do take considerably more time to put together, do the design, then do the whole design again just to basically create the tutorial. So it's a lot more hard work than creating those roundup posts, but they never get as much traffic. So if you can help out with all, that'd be really appreciated. And finally, I'll just give another quick little plug over to my gaming channel. It's been going a few months now, and I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think it's on about 937 or something like that. So not long to go. So if you want to help out and help me get to that first milestone of 1,000 subscribers, check it out. I'll leave a link down in the description. Obviously, I post all my Black Ops stuff, and looking forward to playing some Modern Warfare 3 later in the year. So head on over there and you'll be the first to know about any open lobbies I've run if you fancy playing some games with me. I run open lobbies every now and again where we all get together, lots of gaming fans and design/gaming fans all together playing some first-person shooters. So I'll leave it at that for this episode. Like I said in all the other ones, if you fancy dropping a question, head over to formspring.me/chrisspooner. Drop your question in there. Hopefully I'll respond to it within 2 weeks. But I'll drop a text response anyway, and then certain ones I'll pick out a topic that I can talk about in video format. So thanks for watching. Stick around if you want to see more of these episodes. You can either subscribe on YouTube or obviously on the blog. And I'll catch you all later.